Let's create a new case with two field sheets. From anywhere in the software, you can use the quick keys, Shift F2, that will bring up the menu to look up a client reference. If the client reference doesn't exist, it'll create a new case. If the client reference does exist, then it would actually take you to that case and allow you to to create the field sheet. Let's select the county that we want to use. In this particular case, we're going to use Boulder County. From anywhere in the software, we can use the quick keys, Shift F2, to bring up the client reference lookup menu. From this menu, when we start typing in the client reference, it'll show a list of those that are possible matches. If you don't find a match, then just go ahead and create a new case. We have to get used to putting these in all the same way too. I'm going to start doing it the way we do it at our office, 2005 CV, and then 5104. Okay. And then we're going to hit return twice. And if it didn't find the case, any cases actually in Boulder, and then we see the client references here. Now, if the client gives you a client reference, like if they say, you know, it's ABC law firm reference number .1, then that's the one you use because that's going to help you get paid. This is the actual date and time of the email when we received the email. The reason we use that is because it makes it easier for us to be able to find the email should we need to do that. And then we see in here our list already that we don't have a Boulder County in here, but if you had a lot of names or courts in this list, then you would just search for the name Boulder, and when you don't find it, then just put add new court. Boulder District Court. And then whatever the address is for Boulder Court. Hold on a second. And we'll save it. Then it's always in here. I can bring this and put this into the case by double clicking it or clicking on add to court. And then we're going to list our plaintiffs. We have ABC Paper Company, and they will be suing and we're going to add a second company here. We're actually Smith Green. We have a Smith Green law firm. And then we're going to add the actual person's name here, Kenneth Smith. Then we're going to add the law firm. So again, I would test if this list was populated and there was a lot in there. I just want to narrow it down. I'll put Sally, and then it'll bring up all the salaries we have in the system. I'll make sure that Sally Mead is with the law firm that has sent me the papers. Double click her name. She's in there, have her contact information. If I click this, it actually copies her email address if I need to use that down the road. Now I'm going to create the field sheets. Once I get that in, I'm just going to tab out for service. This is district court, so there's no compliance date. If I wanted to, I could still set an expiration date. In other words, if I wanted to make sure that my process server was working or was not having problem, I can set the 17th as an alert date. It can notify me 3 days before, which would be the 14th. But if I set this to 0, then it'll actually notify me on the 17th. Now the documents that I'm serving is summons, complaint. Again, our papers are separated by the semicolon. We like to put them in as all caps. We think it looks better on the affidavit. Now we're going to set this paper for the law firm Kenneth the Smith Green Law Firm, and we're going to put their address in. And then we're going to set and give this to the server. Now we can drop the papers in here, the service documents in here if we're sending it out of state or somewhere, and select service type. Let's just do that real quick. This is not service documents, but just to show you. And if I wanted to create this, if I'm sending it out of state and I wanted to just get a copy of the field sheet, I can take the field sheet, drop it in here, and now I'm able to go to service note and hold on a second. I can go to service note, tell it I want to send a new service note to the server, and I would type in attached R for service on Smith Green. And then I can attach the documents, highlight them. If I want to CC this to someone else, like back to myself, I can select that. If I want to verify what was selected, I can just double click on the paper clip and then send. The white tells me that it's pending. If I come back here a few minutes later, it should be green, tell me that it's been sent. Now I want to create a second field sheet on the same case by copying the type of service, routine, selecting it to be out for service, keeping the compliance, which is nothing there, but keeping the expiration date, and also we're serving at the business, so keeping the business address the same. Routine, out for service, receive date the same, expiration date with the alert set, same documents, and now we're going to serve the second defendant in this case, or prepare the papers for service on the second defendant. And I don't remember the address that I selected. Oh, the address that was there, but there you go. Address is already there, 995 Haywood Street. So now I can again add the documents. I'm not going to do that this time, but I can add the documents, and then I can send those over, server share them, or send them by email.